In today's class, we will be discussing about the post-Mauryan art and architecture. Okay, the art and architecture which were developed or which were presence, okay, after Mauryan dynasty, but before Gupta's period. Like, Kushans, Indo-Greeks, right? Satrapas kings, or what do you call Shunga dynasty, right? Or Satavahanas. So that period art and architecture we will discuss today. Okay, so those architecture it is a part of a post-Mauryan architecture, and post-Mauryan architecture under that Gandhara, Mathura, and Amravati school of art is very important. It is very important. Okay, so after the Mauryan dynasty, the rock cut caves. How rock cut caves? Rock cut caves we have seen even in Mauryan's period also, right? Barabar Hill Cave, remember? Students, please respond to me. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Rock cut cave were also present during Mauryan's time, and rock cut caves were also okay present after Mauryans also. Okay. So in post-Mauryan times also the construction of rock caves were continued, but there was a development. There was a development in the rock cut caves. What were the development? Okay, so after Mauryans or in post Mauryans, there were two types of rock caves, rock cut caves. There were two types of rock caves, chaityas and viharas. Chaityas and viharas. Chaitya, what is chaitya? Chaitya, it is a prayer hall. Chaitya, it is a prayer hall. Okay. And what is Vihara? Vihara are the monasteries. You know, monasteries are nothing but it is a place where monks live, where monks, saint, sadhu, sannyasi live. Right. So in post Mauryans, two type of caves. Okay. Two type of caves were emerged. Two types of rock caves were emerged. One was Chaitya and another was Vihara. Chaitya was the prayer hall and Vihara were the monasteries. Okay. How this Chaitya was constructed? Chaitya was constructed in a rectangular way. You know, Chaitya, it is like this.
Yes, sir.
It will be like this. You know, Chaitya, rock in the rock cut caves, the Chaitya is a rectangular prayer hall. At the center of this Chaitya, stupa were present. And surrounding this is a prayer hall. The surrounding area is there, right? This is a prayer hall, right? So that was the architecture style for the construction of the rocket rock cave chaityas. Okay, example of chaityas and viharas are Udayagiri and Khandargiri caves. Very important. Udayagiri and Khandargiri caves. Where these Udayagiri and Khandargiri caves are present, it is in
Nellore.
Bhubaneswar.
Sir,
Okay,
Udagiri is in Nellore, no, sir, caves.
what sir?
Udagiri caves in Nellore, no, sir.
That also different. Udayagiri cave Nellore is different. Khandargiri caves in Bhubaneswar is different, and Udayagiri caves in Madhya Pradesh. All three Udayagiri are different. Okay, so this the Chaityas and Virahas caves example are Udayagiri and Khandargiri caves. Udayagiri and Khandargiri caves, which is situated in Bhubaneswar. Okay. So these caves were constructed under the reign of Kalinga king Kharavela. So these Udayagiri and Khandargiri caves were constructed during the period of Kalinga king Kharavela. Kalinga. Kalinga was the ancient name of Odisha. So during ancient time, Orissa ruled by one king that was Kharavela. So under his reign only Udayagiri and Khandari caves were constructed. Understood? Understood all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And in Udayagiri, Khandargiri are opposite to each other only. They are situated opposite to each other. Okay. So in Udayagiri, there is a one cave, Rani Gampa cave. Very famous cave in Udayagiri, Rani Gampa cave. Rani Gampa cave, it is a double story building. It is like that, like this. If this is a rock, like this is a rock like structure, it is there, right? And the cave is constructed like this. Here, these are the pillars, like this. This is a pillar, and this is a place. Then here are the pillars. Here it is a pillar like this. So Rani Gampa cave in Udayagiri, it is a double-story cave, and sculptures were present in the caves. So that is the specialty of the Rani Gampa caves in Udayagiri. Understood, all of you? So this is about the development of rock cut caves during post-Mauryan's art and architecture. So what were the development after Mauryans? There were two types of rock caves came into exist. One is Chaitya and another is Viraha. Chaitya was a rectangular prayer hall for monks, and Viraha were the monasteries. Okay, and examples of this rock cut caves are Udayagiri and Khandargiri in Bhubaneswar, which were constructed during the period of Kalinga king Kharavela. In that Udayagiri and Khandargiri, one famous cave is there, that is Rani Gampa cave, which is double story cave, and it is consist sculptures also on the walls of the caves. Understood, all of you?
Yes,
Hello?
sir.
Okay, then stupas. What about the stupa? Okay, so post-Mauryan times, stupa were become larger. Okay, with the time, stupa becomes during the Ashoka time, stupas were smaller in size. But after the Mauryans, Ashoka stupas were constructed in a big way, in a large size. And stupas were more decorative. Stupas were more decorative. Okay. So during Ashoka time, stupa, the materials which were used for construction of the stupa were wood and bricks, right? Remember, in the last class we discussed bricks and wood were the material used for the construction of stupas, right? So after post-Mauryans, the wood and brick were replaced by the stones. So rather than using the wood or bricks, stones were used for the construction of stupas. Okay, after Mauryans. Understood. Here, if you compare the Mauryan stupa and post-Mauryan stupa, Mauryan stupa were small in size and less decorative. Okay, but post-Mauryan stupa are bigger in size and more decorative. Mauryan stupa were constructed with wood or bricks, but post-Mauryan stupas were constructed with the stones. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Understood. And apart from that, Torans, remember Torans? These are the gateway to the stupas, right? Here we can see. These are the Torans. These are the Torans. So these are the gateway to the stupa. Remember Torans?
हाँ sir.
This will be the complex.
हाँ sir.
The
Entry gate sir.
middle that will be there, and here gate will be there, right?
हाँ
These
sir.
gate were the
Entry gate.
Torans. These gates were made up of wood during Mauryan's time and very less decorative. But during post-Mauryan times, these Torans were made up of the stones. You can see in the picture also. These torans are made up of the stones, and these torans are beautifully decorated with the sculptures. Can you see? Here we can see lions, right? Here we can see different human structures. Can you see? Here down, can you see the elephant, right?
Yes sir.
Here. So, in short, the torans during post-Mauryan periods were more beautifully decorated when compared to the Mauryans. And this, what do you call? More decorative gateway style of architecture were introduced by the Sunga dynasty. Sunga dynasty, and this type of torans they reflect the Hellenistic influence, Roman influence. So this type of structure can be found in the Roman architecture, Roman style of architecture. So historians made a conclusion that post-Mauryan's Torans gateway have the Hellenistic influence. This one, Hellenistic influence means post-Mauryan's kings they, uh, you know, during their time, the torans were constructed beautifully. Okay, by inspiring from the Roman architecture. Understood, all of you?
Yes, sir.
See, changes to the rock cave understood, then changes to the stupa. An example of post-Sumerian stupa is Barhut stupa. It is present in Madhya Pradesh. Barhut. Sanchi stupa, it is present in Madhya Pradesh only. Sanchi stupa. Okay, that Sanchi stupa belongs to the Ashokan time or Mauryans. But Barhut stupa, it is belongs to the Sunga dynasty time. Bharut Stupa in Madhya Pradesh, okay, were constructed during the time of Shunga dynasty or Shunga ruler.